Martin Luther King. He had a vision that was completely different to everybody else. These people have taken their difference and they turned it into a place of power. Yeah. There is nothing that gets changed in this world anywhere that isn't done by a non-conformist. These people change the world.
Very true, very true. And I believe it's because, like, for example, when you're looking for a doctor, you can Google and you find so many generic doctors. But when you find a specialist and you find the one that is like, I am very good at what I do, I excel into eye issues, you want to go to that specialist, the one that is passionate, that has the quirk, that will know everything about the eye. And also there are so many companies that every day start, and what I believe conformist when in a business is when you try to please everybody and nobody is attracted to you. Instead, for example, your business idea is very clear. You help people to get out of their shell of conformists, to try to please everyone and to be unique and to be strong in their own quirkiness, so they can be different from everybody else. So when somebody is looking for that kind of person, it's like, oh my gosh, I want to work with this person, right?
Well, here's the weird thing. If you try and please everyone, you end up pleasing no one.
Yeah.
You become beige, you become bland, and you spread yourself so thin that you often achieve nothing. So here's the interesting thing. Here's what pleases everybody. Toothpaste brands. There's not many products out there that have to please everyone. It's the products that only everyone needs to use, like toothpaste.
But even
they're the things that everybody needs to use, or toilet paper, or do you know what I mean? Like, start thinking about the brands that only everybody needs to use. Like, one toilet paper is pretty much the same as every other toilet paper, or one toothpaste is pretty much. I mean, there's not really that much difference, is there?
But I can tell you this, since I've become more environmental and more careful on the climate and animal cruelty, I don't buy any more regular toothpaste. I only buy the one that are not tested on animals and use only botanical ingredients. So I have to say...
Sorry? You get my point. You get my point. I understand what you're saying, but you get my point. Like, yes, there's some subtle differences, but toothpaste is toothpaste at the end of the day. Like,
yeah, but the one who do it differently within my own ethics, I go to the quirky ones, as you said before. Yeah, it's a large market, but I go to the ones that do things differently.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, understood. You just ruined my bland point, but understood.
Oh, sorry.
I was trying to make the point of, there's like, if you look at there's some products that just have to work, that have to set themselves apart differently because of the fact that there is so much difference that they have to make, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's really interesting. So for me, everybody was going, you're going to really struggle with moving away. So my last business was a new business consultancy for agencies. And, you know, that's a lot more niche than what I do now. And everybody said, oh, you're going to be a business consultant? Oh, there's a million business consultants. And when I talk to people now and I'm meeting them for the first time, they say, oh, what do you do? I said, I'm a business consultant. And they immediately start to glaze over. And I said, oh, yes, but I'm not just any business consultant. My business is called FTSQ, which stands for fuck the status quo. And their eyes are like, oh.
Now they're listening.
Really? So for me, in a sea of blandness of business consultants, fuck the status quo stands out like that. So for me, it is very easy in a world of bland to stand out. So that's why for me, being a non-conformist, I've turned it into a place of power. I use my Kiwiness. In my last business, I used my Kiwiness as my unique point of difference. When I first came over from New Zealand, I used to get teased about my accent, and it used to bug me a lot, and it used to affect me a little bit, and used to, make me feel a bit down. Oh, I'm the weird one again. I'm the odd one out again, the Kiwi, and it's a tough. And then I thought, oh no, forget that. I'm not. No, I'm gonna. And I turned it into a place of power. And the fact that I called my first business, originally it was called Kiwi Girl, because I started on my own, and then I brought a business partner in, which was a bloke. So I had to call it Kiwi. We called it something else. We called it Kiwi Grey, which was the combination of my Kiwiness and his name. So it became Kiwi Grey. But what was different about that was the Kiwiness. And it couldn't be taken by anybody else. So it stood us out amongst all the other businesses, because it couldn't be taken by anyone else, because I was known in the industry, oh, that's that Kiwi woman. Nobody could take that away from us. I was known in the industry very well as Lena Robinson, the gobby Kiwi, the outspoken Kiwi. So that's why I think it's really important that non-conformists shouldn't hide away. They should turn that non-conformity into a place of power. I think it's really, really important.
How did you transform your accent thing? Because I sometimes struggle with the same issue. How did you first change your accent into a position of power? Like just making yourself stand out for it, or?
Yeah. I don't apologize for it anymore. And I'll make a joke of it. So I started then making a joke of it in boardrooms. I would stand up in a boardroom and I'd go, hi guys, so yeah, I'm the Kiwi in the room. Ha, that's funny, isn't it? And just make a joke of it. And then I'd go, and just put your hand up if you don't understand me. I'll answer any questions. And I completely flipped it around. So I made a headline of it. Instead of apologizing for it or hiding it away, I flipped it around so that I was owning it.
Nice.
Own it completely. And I also used it as an excuse to be blunter. So New Zealanders are no bullshit, straight to the point, cut through the crap kind of people. And I'm even more so. That's my personality. So I now use it. I'll go, oh, you'll just have to excuse me, but I'm a straight talking Kiwi. So I'm just going to cut to the chase. And I will use it as an excuse to just cut through the shit in a meeting. When everybody's talking crap, I will just cut through the crap and say, I'm just going to be blunt here, guys. You're just talking a whole lot of shit. And I will just cut through it by saying, you'll have to excuse me. I'm just the Kiwi in the room, and just use it. I turned it into my place of being able to say what I wanted to say.
Yeah, because one of your manifestos, which you can also find on your website, is you're honest. And that's the thing. I have seen that sometimes people struggle to tell the truth. They try to embellish, to sugarcoat it. Instead, I've seen it's much more effective to tell the straight truth without hurting feelings and stuff. But people need to hear the truth. If something is not working, it's not like, maybe I'll do that. No, if you're straight, you're honest. Sometimes people might be taken aback, but at least they know what they need to work on. And without the whole fluffiness of a long journey of words. So, and also, I love also your other manifesto that's always honest, brave enough to challenge. She will challenge you. She will challenge herself. And the most important thing is they care. So her business, they care about you. And this is something very important, because so many times we deal with companies that are more interested into a number. So we are just client number X of the month. Instead, these people, they care. And it's very powerful because, again, you understand the powerfulness of human connection.
Yeah.
Would you like to?
Yeah, absolutely. So the caring thing for me, I've got to a stage in my life where I don't have to work with everybody anymore, right? Which is why I'm very careful about who I choose to work with. And the reason for that is that when I'm giving my heart over to the people I'm working with, I want it to be giving it to the people I care about. So the reason the branding is so strong, and if anybody goes and looks at both my profile on LinkedIn or the profile of the business on LinkedIn says we don't work with dicks. And the reason that is that I've got to a point in my life where I only want to be working with the people that deserve my care and attention. The reason for that is that once I decide to give you my care and attention, I will give you my all, as will the business, because it's not just me, or won't be soon. It wasn't, and then it was, and then it is again. And the reason for that is that I don't have time for bullshit anymore. I'm too old. I've been working for 30 years now. I'm done with working with idiots. I can't be bothered. Now, that may sound tough and whatever, but like, I have a choice in my life to not have people like that in it. And that's okay. And I'm okay with that. If you talk to any of my clients that I've worked with, they stay with me a really long time because I do genuinely care. So sometimes you'll see words on websites where it say people go, "Oh, we care," and it's just words. I can tell you now, you talk to anybody, that any of my clients that work with me that stay with me a long time, I do give a shit. I really genuinely care about their businesses. I care about them as individuals, to the point where a lot of them have become personal friends. So, for example, and we haven't talked about this, but I've just come off a bout of 12 months of chronic illness, and some of those people came with me to my CT scans and things when I had to get my neurological stuff. Clients came with me.
That's amazing.
That's how good a relationship I have with those people. So, I genuinely care. And it's because I think it comes from having my parents have their own businesses all of my life. I genuinely understand, and having worked for my parents a couple of times as well, I genuinely understand what it feels like, and the empathy that I have for business owners. I genuinely understand what it feels like owning your own business. And when I work with somebody, I am an empath, very high level empath. Whenever I've had tests on it, it comes up at sort of anywhere between 97 and 99%, which is why I'm careful about who I work with, because I do emotionally feel what happens in people's businesses as well. So when I'm working in people's businesses, I'm often feeling like when they're having problems, I'm worried about what's happening with their business. I feel what's going on. I wake at night going, "Oh, this is going on with them. Oh, what could we do?" Because I'm feeling what's happening. Which is why I don't have massive business. Don't want to work with a gazillion people. I want to work with the people that I care about and what have you. So yeah, it matters to me. Those people's businesses matter to me. I want them to succeed. I will feel I've done the right job when those businesses are being successful. It matters. It genuinely matters to me.
You mentioned about your helping your parents store.
Yeah, sorry.
But that's the thing, is because I believe all of us, we would rather work with somebody who's passionate and they want us to succeed, rather than going to somebody where we are just work. Instead, when you work with somebody, you are very selective, which is very good, because you don't want to work with everybody. You just want to work with the people that you feel you can help and they connect with you. So it's lovely, the relationship you're building. Like, they come with you to the exams and stuff. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah. I love my clients.
And they love you back, clearly. So
I hope so. I think they do. Yeah. I mean, even when I wasn't working with them while I was ill, they were ringing me and connecting with me all of the time to make sure I was okay. They were sending me gifts. They were ringing up to see how my health was. They were sending me stuff to do with my health. Yeah, they genuinely